Hello there, Mr. Rich Person behind the screen, and welcome to my collection update for the month of November. My birthday month. Yes, I leveled up and I turned 19 years of age this month. So yeah, I've got some pretty cool things to show you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to first go through the things I got before my birthday and kind of after my birthday, so the stuff I bought outside of the gifts I got. And then I'll go through the birthday gifts that I received from friends and family. You can see my Troy and Arbed from Community birthday card there from my parents, which is really cool. Troy and Arbed on your birthday. Really love that. So the first thing I got this month before my birthday was this game. I've been, if you watched my last update video for October, you'll know that I got Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions on the Xbox 360. And, I've been really enjoying playing games on the old 360, sort of going back to that console and playing games that I either never got a chance to play fully or never really dived into properly or never dived into at all. So this month I decided to pick up Lollipop Chainsaw. Absolutely batshit mental, but so much fun. This game, man, it is insane. It's a collaboration between Suda51 and of course James Gunn, whom most of you will know from Guardians of the Galaxy and his weird and wonderful films like Slither and stuff like that. And so this is a sort of action adventure hack and slash game about a zombie killing cheerleader who's addicted to lollipops and carries the severed head of her boyfriend on her side with her at all times. It is so much fun, genuinely, and like, you can tell from that cover there's so many things that won't be to everyone's taste, but it's so much fun. It's just pure escapist entertainment. Really, really satisfying to just go in there and hack up tons of zombies, and amazing soundtrack, really cool, sort of sparkly, glittery, but insanely violent aesthetic, as you can imagine from a game called Lollipop Chainsaw and looking at that cover. Really funny. Tara Strong voices Juliet, who's the main character, and there's clearly a love for the zombie genre there, and the horror genre in general. There's so many references to other things. Lots of Buffy references, as you can probably figure out from the fact that the concept is very similar to Buffy. It's about a cheerleader who's destined to slay the undead, but of course Juliet doesn't just slay them, she mutilates them, and it is so much fun to play and to watch. The banter between her and her boyfriend Nick, insanely funny, brilliant game. If you've never played Lollipop Chainsaw, give it a go. It might not be to your taste, so definitely look it up beforehand, but yeah, just so much fun. Really enjoyed playing this game over the past month. Also picked up the HMV exclusive 4K release, new release of The Evil Dead. I pre-ordered this because I wanted The Evil Dead in 4K, and now I need to get Evil Dead 2 in 4K, and they're bringing out Army of Darkness on 4K as well. Shout Factory's bringing that out, so I'll definitely get on that. We'd never had a release of the first film on 4K in the UK before. We'd only had the second film. So when I saw that HMV were putting out this really classy edition, I jumped on it. I pre-ordered straight away. Big fan of the Evil Dead films, big fan of Sam Raimi, as anyone who knows me will know, and so I had to pick this up. And for a film that was shot on an insanely low budget on 16mm film, I expected the 4K of this to look grainy as shit, and as it should do, it's reflective of the source. I wasn't expecting stunning things from this picture, but it looks pretty good. It looks a genuine leap from the Blu-ray, and yeah, I'm really happy with the upgrade actually. It's of course not up to the standard of like 35mm film. It is still very much a 16mm source, but it does look really nice on 4K. And this edition's gorgeous. So you've got this really cool kind of new artwork, and then on the back you got the familiar image of Ash and Linda. Look at that, so cool. And then it is a sort of, it's a slide out hammer, right? If I can get it out, it's kind of tight in there, with a poster, which I'll fold out for you now, of the sort of classic poster design of the pretty iconic poster I think everyone's familiar with the Stephen King quote at the top and everything. And it comes again with the original poster design on the actual 4K cover. Comes with 2 discs. You get the 4K and the regular Blu-ray, which is in widescreen, is in cropped widescreen. So that was another reason for me to upgrade to the 4K, because it's in the original 4x3. And it comes with these really nice art cards. So yeah, really happy with this, and I did not expect it to look as nice as it did. Awesome picture of Ash there. This image I believe is from Army of Darkness, or it might be from the second one, so that's kind of shitty, but it looks cool. Oh, it's falling off my lap. It looks cool. I'm happy. Evil Dead 4K, really happy to pick this one up. Like I said, was really surprised by how good the 4K image looked. And yes, when I return to Evil Dead in the future for rewatches, it'll definitely be this version. I'll definitely find it difficult to go back now to the Blu-ray, but if you've never seen the Evil Dead, give it a watch. Give the whole trilogy a watch. Be prepared for what you're in for. It's very low budget, at least the first one is. It's much more of a straight horror film. The second one and the third one are a lot more like comedies, but this one I find to be a really effective horror film. It's Sam Raimi. I love Sam Raimi, everything he does, and I just find it really inspiring. I find it hella inspiring that him and Bruce Campbell and Rob Tapert went into the woods and made this, and Evil Dead is now one of the most beloved horror franchises of all. So definitely give Evil Dead a watch, and yeah, really happy with this 4K that H&B put out. And finally, for the purchases I bought outside of my birthday, this just arrived earlier, and yeah, Futurama, the complete series, or the incomplete series, I guess, because this is the first 4 seasons. What this box set is, well, I guess a story. I've been wanting to watch Futurama for ages, and got Amazon Prime this month and discovered it was on Amazon Prime. I've seen a few episodes. I'm a fan of Futurama. I have seen a few episodes before, but I've always wanted to kind of watch it from the start, and saw it was on Amazon Prime, and I started, and I'm loving it. It's sort of, along with Parks and Recreation, which I also started watching this month, it's become my sort of comedy double bill viewing before I go to bed. Sort of watch an episode of Futurama, watch an episode of Parks and Rec, and go to sleep, and all is right with the world. And so yeah, so I wanted to get the DVDs. Obviously, I'm physical media collector. I wanted to get the DVDs, and there's a few buying options for Futurama. I find you can get a complete series set of seasons 1 to 8, which I was tempted with. But then I find out that seasons 5, 6, 7 and 8 are available on Blu-ray, so I'm going to get those on Blu-ray because they're in high definition. I'm going to get the films, the 2 films that are on Blu-ray, I'm going to get them on Blu-ray, and the 2 that are only available on DVD, I'll obviously have to get on DVD. But the first 4 seasons, there are a few options that I could go with. I could either go with the original season sets, which was very tempting because they do look nice. I could go with the complete collection box set, which is essentially those individual season sets in a box. Or I noticed this when I was browsing on eBay. This kind of cube design. It's meant to look like a kind of box, kind of a shipping container from the show. So you've got really cool artwork. You've got Leela, Bender, Zoidberg and Fry, and then it comes out like this. It's a little bit fiddly. So at the bottom you've got the seasons 1, 2, 3 and 4. And I think I kind of went for this just because it's kind of a unique packaging that I've never really seen before, and I don't see many people having this. So it just slides out from the top, and it's so fiddly, hang on. It's a really nice design, but it's just, so it's kind of like a concertina set. It sort of, each season folds out, they're all stuck together, and all the discs are held in here in little individual sleeves, which are very easy to drop. When I first got this out of the packaging, all of these fell out, and I'm really paranoid about it, so I'm not going to be playing with them too much. But essentially, you get like an owner's manual with sort of character biographies there. All the discs are in their own sleeve with tons and tons of package art. Like, I kind of want to get one out just to show you. Okay, yeah. So here's disc 1. So it's in its own little sleeve. You open it up, it's got a list of episodes. And each disc kind of sleeve has its own kind of little funny thing going on, which a lot of it reminds me of the Simpsons DVD sets, which I'm a big fan of. And yeah, this set's just got tons of package art. It's always something going on in it. Lots of funny artwork, and yeah, I'm just happy to get the first 4 seasons on DVD. It comes back to that argument of, I know there are people who are going to say, why buy them on DVD if they're on Amazon Prime? Well, they're not going to be on Amazon Prime forever. When Amazon Prime goes bust, or when it gets removed from Amazon Prime, I've got the DVDs with special features on, and yeah, so I just need to get the last 4 seasons on Blu-ray and the movies, and then I'm done with my Futurama collection. So yeah, Futurama, the complete series, the incomplete series, seasons 1 to 4, essentially. Yeah, there we go. And now for the stuff I got for my birthday, so I'm going to jump into the 4Ks first, because I got a few 4Ks. The main one, the big event, the 4K release that I have been waiting for since I first jumped onto the format. I've been anticipating this trilogy getting a 4K release for so long. It finally happened. Back to the Future, the Ultimate Trilogy, in this really nice glossy box. And it's a nice digipack that folds out, and you've got all sorts of wonderful artwork and the discs inside there. So it's a 7-disc set, so you've got 2 discs per film plus a bonus disc. Man, where to begin? I watched all these. I watched the first one on one day, and then I binged 2 and 3 back to back on the next day. I have never ever seen this trilogy look this good. This is it's one of my favourite 4K releases I have. It's absolutely one of my favourite releases of the year. This is stunning. If you've not picked this up on 4K yet, please get on it. It is so much better than the old Blu-rays. The old Blu-rays were very DNR'd and over sharpened, unfortunately. And even if you don't have a 4K player, pick up this set, because the Blu-rays that come with it are also remastered, and they look so much better than the old ones. The first one in particular, like, it finally looks how it should. It's finally got a bit of grain to it. The colour palette is much more natural. The HDR grade is gorgeous, and yeah, I popped this in and I thought I was just beaming with joy at that first scene when Marty is riding through the time while The Power of Love is playing. Fantastic. Part 2 looks even better, and Part 3 is the best looking of the trilogy, hands down. Part 3 is obviously in the Western setting. It is, it's like you're there. It is one of the very best 4K releases I've ever seen. That scene where Doc and Marty are just about to send the DeLorean into the past. They're kind of working on it, and Marty comes out in his cowboy outfit and stuff. Jesus, it looked good. I'm just so happy with this box set. So it's so comprehensive as well. It's got all the bonus features from the old DVDs and Blu-rays, plus an hour's worth of more stuff. This is absolutely the definitive Back to the Future movie box set. I can't imagine the films ever looking better than this. They finally fixed all the digital manipulation that was on the old Blu-rays. They fixed it. They've gone back to the original negatives. I cannot say enough good things about this release. It is just gorgeous. It's finally done one of my favourite trilogies, one of my favourite things ever, justice. I always say I flip-flop between what's my favourite film, Back to the Future 1 or Spider-Man 2. Absolute masterpieces, all 3 of them. I love these films to bits, and I'm so like, I'm on cloud 9 that they've got a release as respectful as this, as good as this, as gorgeous as this. Pick this up, because it just is stunning. Another absolute classic upgraded to the 4K format is Jaws. Pick this up as well. I got it for my birthday. Again, looks stunning. Universal, man. Universal did the Back to the Future set, and Universal did this. Knocking it out the park. Their 4K releases look unbelievably good, and I'm so happy with Jaws. Don't need to explain to you how good Jaws is. It's an absolute classic. 4K and Blu-ray. Nice little upgrade. Jaws. And a Christmas classic upgraded to 4K. Home Alone. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do. Yeah, I haven't watched this in full yet, but I've flipped through it. Looks stunning. A really big leap from the old Blu-ray. Nice slipcover too on it. It's kind of Kevin and the Wet Bandits are kind of glossy, and the rest is matte. Yeah, really nice cover on that. The greatest holiday family film ever, now on 4K Ultra HD. Don't know if it's the greatest family Christmas film ever, but it's certainly a classic, and I love watching this every year. Kind of a sad release, because this is the final 4K release that Fox handled. Disney distributed it, because it was after the Disney Fox buyout, but the work that was done on the film, the restoration was, oh god, it's full night. The restoration was done before the Disney Fox merger. So it's kind of sad. This is the last release that the Fox team worked on, and you know, I'm so annoyed that Disney are retiring catalogue releases on 4K. This might very well be the last catalogue release we get on 4K that isn't a new film. And that sucks. That absolutely sucks. So we'll never see like Aliens on 4K, for example, or the Die Hard sequels, or Home Alone 2. That sucks. That majorly sucks. But Home Alone looks fantastic on 4K. I can't wait to watch it this Christmas. And yeah, really glad that I got this for my birthday. And finally, for the 4Ks, I've wanted to pick this up for a while, because I watched the film again a few months back and I thought, oh wow, this could look really good on 4K. And it does. Logan. Didn't expect this to be as gorgeous a set as it is. It's a lovely sort of simplistic cover. It slides out there. It very similar to the Evil Dead set. It comes with a poster, which is really cool, and art cards as well. So in the armory case you get underneath, you kind of, I won't get them all out, but it's kind of like Wolverine from every major appearance that he had in the X-Men films. So you've got him from the first one there right up until Logan. 3 discs, 4K movie, Blu-ray movie, 4K black and white version, Logan Noir, which looks fantastic. The HDR and the contrast look great. I am a big fan of Logan. Cannot recommend it enough. Amazing film, really emotional, and looks great on 4K. Happy to have it. I also received The Simpsons, the 15th season. Now I know what a lot of comments are going to say. Why did you buy anything past season 12 of The Simpsons? Well, because I'm a collector, and I've never watched The Simpsons episode that didn't make me laugh at least once. Yes, the quality has declined, and yes, anything after season 12, 13 isn't as good as the early years. But like I said, I've never watched a Simpsons episode where I haven't laughed at least once. It's always entertaining. And I kind of decided, well, might as well complete the DVD collection that I that I have now. I have the first 15 seasons now with this, so I just need 16, 17, 18 and 19. They haven't released anything beyond that. They did release season 20 over in other countries, but I'm unsure if I'll pick that up yet. But yeah, I mentioned the Simpsons sets earlier when I was talking about Futurama, but I can't say enough good things about these season sets. They are the perfect example of how to do a DVD release of a TV show, quite frankly. Loaded with package art, like so much package art. There's always something funny happening. Extra features for every single episode, commentaries on every episode, archive stuff, TV commercials, intros from Matt Groening. And you know, you think that they get to the later seasons, like season 15, and stop that, and they kind of diminish the extras a bit. No, they haven't. It's still loaded with stuff, and I'm so happy it is. I hate the packaging that's after season 11 though, because they kind of shoved it into this concertina style, and the discs are just so easy to fall out and get scratched. But that's not a reflection on the actual set itself. It's still loaded with artwork and extras, and yeah, season 15 of The Simpsons. My friend Gav picked me up this this beauty, Alien 3, the unproduced screenplay. Me and him are a big fan of Alien 3. In fact, Alien 3 is my favourite Alien film. I know. Objectively, it's not the best. Objectively, the first two are better. Alien 3 is my favourite Alien film. I adore that film, especially the assembly cut. I'm always fascinated by how troubled that production was. It's insane. It's a very flawed film, but with how insane the production was and all the drafts it went through and all the behind the scenes drama, the fact that it's as complex and dark and emotional as it is makes Alien 3 my favourite. So I was really intrigued to read this, which is a graphic novel based on the unproduced Gibson script for Alien 3. So this is when Hicks and Newt were in it. So before they got killed off. So it takes place directly after the events of Aliens. So it's kind of the alternative Alien 3. So if you didn't like the film, maybe pick this up and maybe you can class this as Alien 3. Haven't read it yet, but I am intrigued. Yeah, it's really cool. I'm always eager to learn more about what Alien 3 was going to be, and this is a pretty cool way of doing that, so I'm definitely looking forward to reading this. So I've learned from my mistake from showing figures in the previous updates, and I've taken all the accessories out of this figure's hand, bar one, which I know is going to stay there. So I got the Marvel Legends Retro Gwen Stacy. So they've been doing a retro Spider-Man line, 6-inch retro Spider-Man line with all sorts of characters from the Spider Universe. And I saw this and I knew instantly that I wanted to pick this up. It's Gwen Stacy. Gwen Stacy's awesome. I've taken the accessories out. She basically came with like books. So she had like a Midtown High book and a yearbook and stuff. And I had her posed holding the books, but they were so easy to fall out of her hand, so I took them out for this, but I've left the little newspaper in her hand. Yeah, awesome figure. You know, the way the hair's sculpted, so she looks like that sort of classic blonde bombshell that Gwen Stacy's always described as. Really cool face sculpt. She looks really cool when posed next to a Spider-Man figure, and indeed I've got her next to my Spider-Gwen figure, so she looks awesome. And yeah, just really happy with it. Really cool figure, Gwen Stacy. And lastly, this was a really awesome gift from my parents. So if you know me at all, you'll know that earlier in the year and in lockdown, I got massively into the TV show Community, and I watched it all 6 seasons, loved it. And then my parents wanted to watch it, so I'm on season 6 with them now. So I've watched the whole thing again with them. And they know how much I love Community now, and they know how much I love the characters of Troy and Abed, so they got me Troy and Abed in the morning mug. Amazing. I don't know, should we adjust this lighting a bit? Kind of adjusted the lighting a bit so you can see it there. So this is the mug that Troy and Abed have in Community when they're doing their fake news report shtick that they do in a lot of the episodes, and it's a pretty dead-on kind of replica of the mug that they use. So I've been drinking out of this on the regular, and yeah, it's just great. And I guess I'll give you a closer look at the birthday card that they got me to. Troy and Abed on your birthday. So yeah, really cool gifts. And yeah, I have actually just ordered the complete series of Community on Blu-ray, because I need more Community in my life, and that's got tons of extras that I haven't ever seen before. So that should be here by next month, hopefully. I'm not getting my fingers crossed because I've had to import it from America, so who knows, but hopefully. But yeah. So yeah, that wraps up my November collection update. I really hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, leave a like and comment, obviously. Got some more content coming your way. That Spider-Man 2 video is coming. Don't worry, that Spider-Man 2 video is coming. I'm just, you know, I got a new laptop earlier in the month, which I guess I should have included in this video, but I haven't. Basically, I got a new laptop and it was very expensive. But it's worth it. I'm editing so much faster than I was on my old laptop. I can run all sorts of different programs on there. I can play games on there as well. It'll last me for ages, I hope. I spent an insane amount of money on it, but it was worth it. So yeah, the Spider-Man 2 video is coming. Got more commentaries from me and Isaac coming your way. And yes, look forward to more in the future. Like, subscribe, comment. I'll see you in my next one. Take care now.